Imagine this. The lights go down, the music starts building, and the stage is completely still. And then suddenly, dozens of humanoid robots walk out together. But these aren't just robots. They begin moving in perfect sync, performing what looks like a futuristic martial arts routine, a cyber kung fu performance. Every strike is sharp, every turn is precise, and every movement flows seamlessly into the next. For a moment, you forget you're watching machines. It feels like you're watching a highly trained elite team. And this wasn't some sci-fi movie. This actually happened at China's Lunar New Year Gala, and it completely stole the show. Welcome back to Verve AI, where we explore the future before it becomes the present. Because what you're about to understand is not just entertainment, it's a preview of how advanced robotics has become and where it's heading next. At the center of this breathtaking performance were the G1 humanoid robots developed by Unitary Robotics. These machines might look compact, but don't let their size fool you. They are incredibly agile, fast, and precise. They executed complex combat-inspired choreography, including rapid spins, coordinated strikes, and even staff-based movements, all while maintaining perfect balance, not just individually, but as a group. That's what made it truly mind-blowing. Each robot wasn't just following a simple script, they were moving in real-time synchronization, adjusting their positions, maintaining spacing, and reacting with near-perfect timing. It created the illusion that they were aware of each other, almost like a team that had trained together for years. What's even more impressive is how fluid their movements looked. Normally, robots tend to appear stiff or mechanical, but here the transitions were smooth. A sharp attack would instantly turn into a flowing motion, and a fast spin would settle into perfect stillness without any instability. And speaking of stability, that's one of the hardest challenges in robotics. Maintaining balance during high-speed movement, especially with sudden direction changes, is extremely complex. But these robots handled it effortlessly. No shaking, no hesitation, no visible correction. It felt natural, almost too natural. And then there was the cultural element. Some parts of the performance were inspired by traditional Chinese mythology, especially characters like the Monkey King. So what you were watching wasn't just a tech demo, it was a blend of ancient storytelling and futuristic engineering, a fusion of past and future happening live on stage. But here's where things get interesting. While China was showcasing near-perfect robotic coordination, another demonstration in another part of the world reminded us just how difficult this technology really is. In Russia, developers introduced a humanoid robot called a doll. The goal was simple: a public debut where the robot would walk onto the stage, greet the audience, and demonstrate basic autonomous movement. At first, everything seemed fine. The robot walked out, took steady steps, and even waved to the crowd. But then, something went wrong. In a split second, the robot lost its balance, its stabilization system failed to compensate, and it pitched forward, falling directly onto the stage in front of everyone. Just like that, the demonstration turned into a failure. Engineers rushed in to pick it up, trying to minimize the damage, but it was too late. The moment had already been captured, and within hours, the video spread across social media. This contrast is important because it shows two sides of the same reality. On one side, you have highly controlled, perfectly executed performances like the one in China, and on the other, you have unpredictable failures that remind us how fragile and complex these systems still are. And that's what makes the progress even more impressive, because behind every flawless performance there are countless failures, tests, and refinements. But the story doesn't end there, because what we saw on that stage is only a small part of a much bigger picture. Let's talk about another machine pushing the limits of humanoid robotics, the DR02 robot from Deep Robotics. This isn't a performance robot. This is an industrial humanoid designed for real-world environments. Standing around 175 centimeters tall and weighing about 65 kilograms, DR02 is built for both strength and mobility. It can move at speeds of up to 4 meters per second, climb slopes of up to 20 degrees, and carry loads of up to 20 kilograms. But numbers alone don't tell the full story. What makes DR02 truly impressive is how it moves. In demonstrations, it walks across rough terrain, not just flat surfaces. It can go through water, maintain balance when pushed, and adapt to uneven environments. And just like the robots in the gala, it can also perform smooth, controlled movements. In fact, it has even demonstrated Tai Chi, a slow and precise martial art that requires incredible control over balance and motion. Think about that, a robot performing Tai Chi. That level of precision means its joints, sensors, and control systems are operating at an extremely high level. And this brings us to an important realization. These robots are no longer limited to labs or controlled environments. They are being built for the real world. And speaking of real-world applications, let's look at something slightly different. Meet Quanta 2, a next-generation humanoid service robot. Unlike traditional humanoid robots that walk, Quanta 2 uses a wheeled platform. This makes it faster, more stable, and more practical for indoor environments like hotels, offices, and residential buildings. It stands at about human height, allowing it to interact naturally with human infrastructure like doors, buttons, and counters. But the real highlight of Quanta 2 is its hands. With around 62 degrees of freedom, including highly flexible fingers, this robot can perform delicate and precise tasks. It can pick up small objects, carry containers, press buttons, open doors, and even adjust its grip while moving. In demonstrations, it smoothly transports items while maintaining balance even when the load changes. This is not just automation. This is interaction. This is a robot operating in a human-designed world without needing the world to change for it. And now let's take things even further, because while humanoid robots are evolving, another category is quietly becoming just as powerful: robot dogs. Deep Robotics has already moved beyond prototypes and into mass production. We're talking about full-scale industrial assembly lines, producing quadruped robots, not as experiments, but as real products ready for deployment. These robot dogs are designed to operate in environments that are too dangerous or difficult for humans, including rough terrain, industrial facilities, stairs, and uneven ground. They are equipped with advanced sensors like LiDAR and computer vision, allowing them to navigate autonomously, avoid obstacles, and perform inspection tasks. And then there's the Poodoo D5, a next-level quadruped robot. This machine doesn't just walk, it runs, jumps, pivots, and can even perform acrobatic movements like flips. With powerful actuators and advanced stabilization systems, it maintains balance even during extreme maneuvers. It can adapt to mud, rocks, forest trails, and carry loads while doing it. This is not just mobility, this is agility. And finally, let's talk about intelligence, because movement alone is not enough. One of the most fascinating developments is a system that allows humanoid robots to play table tennis. Using advanced AI and reinforcement learning, robots can track the ball, predict its trajectory, calculate the perfect strike point, and execute the movement in real time. And remember, a table tennis ball can move faster than 5 meters per second, meaning the robot has only fractions of a second to see, think, and act. It's not just reacting, it's predicting. And that's the real shift we're witnessing. Robots are no longer just following commands. They are making decisions, adapting, and learning. So when you look back at that Lunar New Year performance, it's no longer just a show, it's a statement. A statement that robotics is entering a new era where machines are not just tools, but performers, workers, assistants, and maybe one day partners. But it also raises a big question. If robots can move like us, work like us, and even think faster than us, where do we fit in this future? Are we building tools to help us, or are we creating something that might eventually replace us? That's something only time will answer. But one thing is certain, the future is no longer coming. It's already here, and it just performed on a stage in front of millions. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments what impressed you the most, and don't forget to subscribe to Verve AI, because the next breakthrough might be closer than you think. Until next time, stay curious.